just because you're scared of something, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try. Not many people talk about it or know much about it, but it is probably, I think, one of the world's hardest challenges. And that's why not many people have done it. I have flares, a firearm and a polar bear fence to warn me. So मैं बर्फ दे समंदर दे ऊपर जाना पैना, and there's no logistics company there. It's in the middle of the sea. Injuries on my leg, which is called polar thigh, like the cold has gotten through my 3 layers. I had this injury on my neck. I ran out of pain relief. You know, Gorn Kenda is going to be easy. Then everybody will be doing these things.
That's right.
You want to make history, you want to make a mark or do something big, it is going to be hard. When मैं 3 वारी गई solar expedition, so कल्ली ते बिना support. सारा सामान मैं खिंच दिया बर्फ ते. It's hard every single minute. 12 hours, the next day's hard, the next day's hard. I checked there's no blood and then I'd carry on. My neck was so painful, I was physically using my ski poles to lift them up. It's hard physically, but mentally, spending that much time on your own is very hard. You're in your own head a lot. I started skiing for 24 hours a day. I lost 40 pounds of fat and muscle. I wanted to break boundaries. You know, you look around when you have a good weather day and you see nothing for miles. It's quite beautiful. No streets, nothing, just ice. 4 Guinness World Records. And मैं बस ये दिखाना चाहती सी असी कुछ भी कर सकते हैं.
First Punjabi, first Indian, first South Asian woman to climb to the South Pole. She went to South Pole 3 times. She made 4 records there. Now she is going to the North Pole. And she is the first Punjabi female woman who is going to the North Pole. None other than Polar Preet, Harpreet Kaur Chandi. Polar Preet, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Ji.
सानू तुसी अगर अपनी इंट्रोडक्शन तो स्टार्ट करोगे, who Polar Preet is and why your name came to Polar Preet, because social media te this is quite a famous name as a Polar Preet.
हाँ जी, मेरा नाम हरप्रीत या प्रीत था. मैंने पता सी मैं जाना चाहती साउथ पोल. मैं सोचा मैं की पा सकती मेरी इंस्टाग्राम, मेरी वेबसाइट से इस करके पोलर प्रीत ना मैं पोल से जाना है. तो मैं फौज विच सी British Army विच 16 साल है. So I served in the British Army for 16 years, which opened my eyes to different adventures. And मैं चाहती सी मैं कुछ बड़ा करा, पर पता नहीं what can I do? So my old boss said to me, what about Antarctica? मैं सोची सी मैंने नहीं कुछ पता Antarctica about it.
Which age these thoughts came to you?
Not long ago. This was I think I was like 30 at the time. And I wanted to push boundaries. So I Googled the gay search, how do you get to Antarctica? And hun मैं 3 वारी गई solar expedition. So कल्ली ते बिना support. सारा सामान मैं खिंच दिया बर्फ ते. And my trips were 40 days bila, and then the second one was 70 days alone. And third one was 31 days, gaining 4 Guinness World Records. And मैं बस ये दिखाना चाहती सी ਅਸੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਵੀ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹਾਂ.
We can do anything.
Yeah, we can achieve absolutely anything. And ਬਹੁਤ ਲੋਕ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਪ੍ਰਸੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ, ਉਹ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ. ਮੈਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੀ ਕਿਉਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ? You know, I wanted to show that anything is possible.
Preet, if you can give your background, like how you started this journey, means from schooling days, then your family, your parents, did you got that support from your family, from your brothers that yes, you can do this, we are with you? So, agar wo journey sanu walk through karao.
Hanji. So, I'm from Derby in England, the middle of England. And growing up with my 2 older brothers, you know, I was always competitive with them. If they can do something, I want to do it. And we played tennis. So, when I was 10 years old, I started playing tennis. So, I started to play sport. But when I joined the British Army, my family no dasya nahi. Because it wasn't the normal thing that you're supposed to do. And when I decided I wanted to go to Antarctica, nobody understood.
I see.
At all. Like, I think people thought I was crazy, you know, kuri de gal ki karti, and nobody understood. I just had this fire, this crazy idea. But, you know, making history is not easy.
Yes.
So it was hard at the start. After the first trip, when I was in the media, people understood a bit more and I had a bit more support.
So when you went to the South Pole, that time you were in British Army?
Hanji, yes, the first time, yes.
During service time you went?
Yes, for my first trip. And then I took unpaid leave from the army, so I took a leave out so that I could go again.
I see. How many years you served with the army?
16 years.
16 years.
Hanji.
And then what about your parents? Did they supported you in this?
I didn't tell. I think my mum didn't mind so much, but I didn't tell the family because I think just because dar lagda. So when you're doing something different, I find it's questioned.
Okay.
And it wasn't the normal thing. So it wasn't really support, but I think my mum maybe was just a little bit scared, you know, because I'm doing different things. But now she's super supportive.
So did you went to the South Pole all by yourself, all alone, or any help you had with you?
All alone.
All alone?
So when that plane drops me off, I am all alone. And I'll show you the footage because it's just me in a selfie.
Okay.
And it makes you feel tiny. You're this, you know, you look around when you have a good weather day and you see nothing for miles. It's quite beautiful. No streets, nothing, just ice.
How this thought came to you that you want to go to Antarctica?
I wanted to break boundaries.
Okay.
I wanted to do something inna badda to show, I wanted to make noise. So loud, but I wanted to do it with my actions. And partly, I think, before maybe to prove a point. Like, why is it always we're encouraged to stay in this box? These are the things you need to do. You know, I wasn't an accountant, doctor, lawyer, like getting married, the house. These are the things you're supposed to do. And that's okay, but you can also do other things. You know, there is so much out there in the world.
Yes.
And I've been in so many spaces I felt like I didn't belong. So I think, you know, I'm like, what can I do that's so big to show that we can do anything?
So was that a tough journey on South Pole?
Yes, yeah. So I've done it 3 separate times and it was very tough. And it's hard physically, but mentally, spending that much time on your own is very hard. You're in your own head a lot, and that's not the easiest thing to do.
And that was 60 days, 40 days?
So all of them were alone. So my first one I finished in 22, that was 40 days.
Okay.
Second one I finished in 2023, that was 70 days. Third wari was 30-day trip, but they were all alone.
So any experience from those 3 trips you want to share? Like, I'm imagining myself that where to stay,
Hanji.
storms, snowstorms,
Hanji.
polar bears,
Hanji.
and all those kind of challenges.
Hanji.
Food,
Hanji.
वो सारा सानू दसोगे किद्दां?
ਹਾਂਜੀ ਸੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਲੈਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਾ ਸਭ ਕੁਝ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੋ ਮੇਰੇ ਸਲੈਡ 120 ਕਿਲੋ ਸੀ
Okay.
ਮੇਰਾ ਟੈਂਟ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਖਾਣਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਫਿਊਲ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਸਲੈਡ ਵਿੱਚ ਮੇਰਾ ਦਵਾਈ like anything I think I could possibly need
Okay.
has to be with me.
And water?
So ਮੈਂ ਬਰਫ਼ ਮੈਲਟ ਕਰਕੇ ਪਾਣੀ ਲਾਉਂਗੀ.
So means you had the fire with you?
Hanji,
Okay.
yeah. So I have a stove, so I have an open flame, and I cut blocks of snow, put it in my kettle, everything, Nalia. You know, absolutely everything. For batteries, I have a solar panel, which charges by the sun, and then I carry the battery with me. But internet, so I don't have social media.
No phone signal?
No, just a big block satellite phone.
Okay, satellite.
And just a call to check in.
So satellite phone was working there on
Hanji,
Antarctica.
yeah, satellite phone. And like bada block hega to say yes, main theek hai, I'm safe. Just to check in, and then log mere location we dekh sakte. I would click a button and they can see. So they could see me, but I couldn't see.
So koi ਏਦਾਂ ਦਾ experience during those 40 days and all those 3 trips South Pole ਤੇ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹੋ ਕਿ that was shocking और ਜਿਹੜਾ ਕਿ memorable ਹੈ?
Hanji. So ਮੇਰੀ second trip ਨਾ ਮੈਂ ਕੋਸ਼ਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੀ to cross the land mass in Antarctica.
Okay.
So about 1100 miles, 70 days. And ਮੈਂ ਪਹੁੰਚਿਆ ਨਹੀਂ. So I got to 922 miles in 70 days and I was broken. I lost 40 pounds, fat and muscle. I had injuries on my leg, which it's called polar thigh, like the cold has gotten through my 3 layers. I had this injury on my neck. I ran out of pain relief. And I remember on from day 56, and I was so inna dal lagda si a failing that I just was pushing so hard because loki kaunge. You know, what will people say if I fail? So at that point, I started skiing for 24 hours a day.
Wow.
So 24 hours. And I was in so much pain that every 2 hours, I do 2 hours, quick break, 2 hours. I'd fall 14 times. And I'd hit my head on the big lines of snow. I'd check there's no blood and then I'd carry on. My neck was so painful, I was physically using my ski poles to lift them up. And I remember having conversations with myself, saying, I don't know if I can do the next 2 hours. And I'd remind myself, but I did the last 2 hours.
Yeah.
And I didn't think I could do that either. This trip was agony. People say, did you enjoy it? This 70 days? No, not a moment.
So after even these challenges in the second trip, you did the third trip.
But the point is, je tusi kuch badda karna sapna, you want to achieve your dreams, it's not easy. You know, kaun kehta it's going to be easy, then everybody will be doing these things.
That's right.
You want to make history, you want to make a mark or do something big, it is going to be hard. But it's so much bigger than me. You know, main utte kalli aa, but as a Punjabi kudi, to be able to do this is huge. This is so much more than me. So yes, that trip was horrible. My third trip was actually quite simple.
Okay.
Why? Because I went through that.
Because of your experience
Yeah,
of previous two trips.
People say, how do you build this resilience? That's how. Through going through these tough times and getting out the other side. That's where my resilience comes from.
So you made 4 records.
Hanji.
And those were the Guinness Book of Records?
Hanji.
ਉਹ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸੋਗੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ?
Hanji. So if you open the Guinness World Book of Records this year, I'm actually named as an icon, which is really nice.
Okay.
So Billy Records, the first woman of colour to ski solo to the pole at 3rd of January 22. Dusri see longest solo unsupported one-way polar ski expedition for a woman and a man, or door record see for the second trip. And the third one was the female speed record to the South Pole from the edge of the landmass. And funny because not many people thought I could get the speed record because I'm not really a skier, you know, but the big message I want to say is you do not have to be the best to succeed because there is no way I could be the best skier. You know, I haven't been doing it for that long, but there's so many other things, you know, that go along, and that's important to me to share.
By profession, you served in the British Army.
Yes.
And by profession, you were a physiotherapist.
Hanji.
And you also did your master's.
Hanji.
Sanu, ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਰੇ ਦੱਸੋ ਕਿ from physiotherapy field and after doing the master's, in which field you did?
Sports and exercise.
Sports and exercise,
Hanji.
okay.
Hanji.
And then you came to this adventurous trips.
Hanji.
And you made all India, all Punjab, all Punjabis proud by becoming the first female to reach to the South Pole 3 times. And next journey will be the North Pole.
Next journey, North Pole. So I think everything you do in your life now, it makes you part of who you are.
Okay.
So even Forge, like all the experience I got, becoming a physiotherapist, people look at me, does it help? Of course. Because I experience when I'm injured on the ice, I know how to manage those injuries. So,
and Forge teaches you discipline.
100%, 100%. That's a good one because people ask about motivation. It's not motivation. There are a lot of times you're not motivated. Discipline. 100%. Discipline to get out of the tent every single day, to keep moving forward, like day after day, even when it's so hard. And it's not hard, it's hard every single minute, 12 hours, the next day's hard, the next day's hard. That is, you know, that's discipline.
And now you are going for the 4th trip, which will be to the North Pole.
Hanji.
So what is the difference between South Pole and the North Pole?
Hanji. So South Pole, Antarctica now is a continent, and or Jameen tehega. So my trips are done in the summer season, November to January, and I have 24 hours of daylight. And the logistics companies, they drop me off the landmass, they pick me up, and there's some research stations there as well. But nobody owns Antarctica. North Pole, the other side of the world. North Pole is in the sea ice. So main barf de samandar da uppar jana paina, and there's no logistics company there. It's in the middle of the sea, which means it shifts, it moves. I have to charter the plane to drop me off at the edge of Canada, Ellesmere Island. And then there are hours of darkness to start as well, and it moves into 24 hours of daylight. There are also polar bears in the Arctic in the north. And I will have
Were there any polar bears in
Antarctica? No polar bears. So in the north, I have to carry a firearm and also
spray polar sprays.
A bit cold. Jada thandiya. So I have flares, a firearm, and a polar bear fence to warn me. And also there's open water, so I have to put on an immersion suit, get in the water, and then try and get out the other side. It is so much harder than North Pole, and it's funny because not many people talk about it or know much about it, but it is probably, I think, one of the world's hardest challenges. And that's why not many people have done it. So 2 men have done this solo and unsupported. So bina support. So
which are these 2 men who did
Pen
this?
Haddo and Borge Ausland. So British and a Norwegian man who are amazing, and both have helped. You know, like I ask, because it's hard to get information. So anybody who's willing to help me, like I have asked them, like Ben Saunders has been great. Eric Larson, I was with in Churchill, who was the last person to ski as a team member from Canada to the pole. Like there's not that many people. And it's very different from Antarctica. Antarctica is dry, windy.
Yes.
The north is humid. It's cold, handy, but it's humid because of the water, and it moves. So you dekhna pehna like is this first year ice or multi-year ice? मैं काम कर सकती क्योंकि it could shift.
Yes.
पानी है थल्ले.
पानी है थल्ले.
Yeah.
So is that not scary?
Yes, it's very scary. It's scary, but I don't go into things lightly, and it's scary. So what do you do to kind of mitigate risk? I have a lot of spreadsheets. I do a lot of planning, and that's why I've been in Canada for a month, training in Churchill to try and get myself as prepared as I can.
Oh, so you are getting a training to go to the North Pole?
मैं गई सी, so I was in Churchill. So I'm hoping to start 8th, 9th March.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get everything together, the funding to get to the start line. But just because you're scared of something, it doesn't mean you shouldn't try.
So when is this North Pole journey will start? When it will end?
It'll start hopefully in 2-3 weeks, and then hopefully take about 60 days.
60 days?
Hanji.
Okay, and then you'll have your satellite phones with you to communicate with your family.
Hanji.
Okay, so कितना लग रहा है?
Every nervous, excited, overwhelmed, that'll be like that. But I think all of those emotions are normal. इदा नहीं मतलब मैं नहीं करना, मैं नहीं कोशिश करना. And इन्ना औखा काम मैनू पता भी नहीं if I can make it, if it's possible to make it. But I still will try because does he fail नहीं कर सकते जे कोशिश भी नहीं करना.
बिल्कुल. So it's really a big motivation for all of those who are watching you that you are the first female to go to the South Pole for 3 times.
3 times. So first
South Asian.
Hanji.
First South Asian female, first Indian, first Punjabi, and now on the North Pole you will be the first South Asian female or first female.
Woman, Hanji, first female to do solo.
To go to the North Pole.
Solo, Hanji.
So our all best wishes are with you. And Polar Bear, we will keep following you.
Hanji.
We will follow your social media handles. If you can let us know what are your social media handles.
Everything is Polar Preet.
Polar Preet.
Hanji, Polar Preet on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, everything. Hanji.
Okay. Key message dena chahoge those who are watching you, the youngsters, those who want to do something different.
Hanji.
Those who want to enter into the adventurous field.
मैं बस यही कहना चाहती थी that ਤੁਸੀਂ जो भी करना ਤੁਸੀਂ कर सकते and ਮੈਨੂੰ पता आसान नहीं काम to go for your dreams, but take the first step, take that and it doesn't matter how small that step is. ਤੁਸੀਂ कोशिश जरूर करो.
Do you have any support from the governments?
Not at the moment. So the people are trying to help me get funding, and it's hard. Honestly, it's so hard to try and get funding, to get to that start line. So people are trying to help, and I have a couple of sponsors on board, but I still need more funding to get to the start line.
But you're a resident of UK, and UK government never approached you that you are doing this, or you never approached to the UK government that you are doing this, making the country proud,
Hanji.
Because you are a resident of United Kingdom.
Hanji, yes, but funding is something else, Okay. So I think people support, but trying to get money is something else. So yeah, no, I don't have funding from the UK government.
Okay. So we wish you all the best, Polar Preet, and good wishes with you. And we are really proud to have you with us here, and best wishes are with you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.